All right, everybody. We are on day 17, and we're talking about trials and hardships. Um, and let's get started. Trials and hardships definitely something that is just part of our life. And even the strongest believers um, face moments of fear, discouragement, and uncertainty. The good news is that God never leaves us to face these challenges alone. Um, in the Bible, God gives us a direct command, do not fear. But he doesn't tell us to suppress our emotion or pretend we're not struggling. Instead, he invites us to trust in his presence and power. When fear tries to overwhelm us, God reassures us with three key promises. First, he says, I am with you. No matter what you're facing, you're never alone. God's presence surrounds us in every situation. I will strengthen and help you. When you feel weak, his power is available to sustain you. You don't have to rely on your own strength. I will uphold you when life feels too heavy to carry. God holds you up in his righteous right hand. He will not let you fail. So what can we get out of Habakkuk's, right? His story. From his story, we learn about relying on God's strength. So Habakkuk learned this lesson and he endured uncertainty, waiting, and hardship. And he did not receive immediate answers to his prayers, but he knew he could rely on God's strength and presence. And by the end of his journey, um, he was able to say, I will rejoice in the Lord and I will be joyful in God, my Savior. Like Habakkuk, we may not always understand why trials come, but we can walk through them with confidence, knowing that God is holding us up. Our strength may fail, but his strength never will. So when difficulties arise, we know that it's easy for us to feel overwhelmed, discouraged, and alone. But it's important for us to know that God's presence gives us courage to keep moving forward instead of trying to fight our battles alone. We can first choose to turn to God in prayer, invite him into the struggles, and ask for his strength. Remember his faithfulness. Reflect on times when he's carried you through in the past. And lean on his promises. Trust that he will never leave you or forsake you. And you can find that in Deuteronomy 31:6. So, our questions for reflection today are: how has God strengthened you in past trials? What challenge are you facing now that requires you to lean on God's strength? I know for me, if you know me very well, you know that there's some medical stuff happening going on still. And I'm still kind of navigating that. Um, and sometimes it's I worry, um, and I get fearful. Um, but I need to remember to um, lean on God's strength because in the end, His will is going to be done. So my prayer for us today is that when we feel weak, that the Lord reminds us that He is our strength, that um, we call on him and we trust in his presence, knowing that he is always with us, that he holds us up with his righteous right hand and gives us the courage to walk through every trial with faith. And as you go through the day, just reflect on the areas where God has strengthened you in your past trials. And then what challenges are you facing now that requires you to lean on God's strength? With the reminder of that first question. Um, he has shown that he is faithful. So let us just remember those. And we will see you again tomorrow.